Well, there are some people who say to-do lists just don't work for them, but it may not be the list, it could actually be the person.
Yeah, so your personality actually plays a role in how well you handle to-do lists and other productivity tools. So joining us today is the author of Listful Living, Paula Rizzo. Thank you for joining us.
Of course.
All right, so you're going to prescribe the perfect fix for our productivity challenges. So first, how does our personality affect our productivity?
Well, there is not a one-size-fits-all solution to productivity. I wish there was. That would make things so much easier. But it's really about knowing yourself, knowing your personality, what works, what doesn't work. It takes a little bit of trial and error. I cannot tell you how many times people ask me at book events or speaking engagements, what pen do you use? What notebook do you have? Because they think it's going to make them more productive.
Right.
And the truth is, it doesn't really matter what works for me. We have to figure out what works for you.
Okay.
Oh, I'm the person that does that all the time.
You
I'm like,
do?
yeah, I investigate notebooks all the time. That's my thing. All right. So we're going to go through 4 different personality types. You're going to tell us their productivity challenge and then how they can fix it. So we start with a type A personality first up. So these people are ambitious. They tend to push boundaries. They are inspiring. They tend to multitask, but they don't like wasting time. So what is their productivity challenge and then how can you fix it?
Sure. Well, this sounds familiar to me. I feel like I identify a bit with a type A personality, and focus is the issue here. Have to make sure that you align yourself in a way to really ground what you're doing, because if you're super ambitious and you have a lot going on, you need one place for all of your to-dos. So I love a physical to-do list, a pen and paper, old school style. I don't think that an app will work for someone with type A personality, only because then you'll be distracted. You'll want to go to a different app. You'll start reading an email. You'll do other things. This way, you have one central place to keep all of your deliverables at your fingertips.
Yeah, that's so true.
Okay. All right, so the next one is type B personality. They are laid back, naturally calm, highly sensitive, social and fun. So what is their biggest challenge?
Procrastination, for sure. Because they're not very competitive, it can be a little bit of a challenge to get going on the list or whatever it is that you have at hand. So the fix here is an accountability buddy, right? To have somebody who can hold you to those to-dos. And because type B personalities are fun-loving and love to do social activities, it's nice to have your accountability buddy be a friend, because then that way you tie in 2 things at once. You get to do a little social time and you get to get things done at the same time.
How about type C personality? It's a bit like type A, it looks like. They're perfectionists, but the difference between C and A is that in C, people get stuck on the tiniest challenges, but they are organized, dependable, and great in an emergency. So they seem pretty good, right? What's their challenge?
It is pretty good, but perfectionism will keep you from doing things. That is the issue. You get really stuck on the little ins and outs of something. You keep going back to the task again and again. Just one more thing. Let me just fix one more thing. It can really stunt your productivity. And I feel like this might be me a little bit too. Now I'm kind of seeing myself in different ways here. But the fix here is the Pomodoro technique, because Pomodoro technique is 25 minutes of targeted time. You set a clock for 25 minutes. You pick one task and you do only that task. If you get distracted, you have to stop the clock. But here's the thing. If you're a type C, what I want you to do is, as soon as that clock is done, you are done. That task is done. That is it. Pencils down. No more perfectionism. It's as good as it's going to get. So this kind of retrains you to do things in a finite amount of time and be fine with it.
That's
Okay.
good.
So Paula, finally type D. These people tend to be a bit gloomy, but they're realistic and helpful to others. They can sometimes feel isolated and have fears about rejection and anxiety about work. That already sounds challenging. So tell us a little about them.
So the hang up here for productivity is burnout and stress. It is something that any of the personality types will run into, but especially for type D. And so what you need to do is, if you find yourself feeling burnt out, is to make a just enough list. This works really well on a little Post-it note, a little sticky note, or a tiny little piece of paper, or even if you have an app that's very simple. And what you do is you put 3 to 5 things that you're going to do today. It's very targeted. That is just enough. If you were to just only do these things, you would feel accomplished, your work would be happy with you, your family would be happy with you, you would be happy with you. So you have a very tangible list that ensures you won't be overwhelmed.
All right.
Nice. That's interesting. I feel like a little combination of some of those. You?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Paula, thanks for being with us today. Always good to have you.
For sure. Good to see you.
If you need any help getting organized, you can get your own list making starter kit or buy Paula's book, Listful Living, by going to paularizzo.com/lists.